Welcome to Jimmy Bowen and Friends. Each week's episode features Jimmy Bowen and a special guest like John Schneider, Cody McCarver, Jake Hoot, and more. Today's guest is Makky Kaylor. Now, here's Jimmy Bowen.
Well, thank you, folks, for joining into the Jimmy Bowen and Friends television show. We're glad you're here with us this evening and every Friday out there in the TV land watching. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight's show. We've got a lot of fine guests for you this evening, and we're going to kick the show off. And this song here is real special. This is actually our newest release, and we're going to try this one called The Secondhand Smoke.
It seemed like it was working when she walked in and took my breath away. I saw her in her new steady, going at it hot and heavy. Why do they have to blow it in my face? Well, that secondhand smoke is killing me, brings tears to my eyes, and I can barely breathe when she kisses him. It drives me insane. It's making me choke. That secondhand smoke off of my whole flame. Well, those two, they just don't care. They'll light up anywhere. Well, man, you know, there ought to be a law. They ought to have their own section for display of public affection. Well, they've got no respect for me at all. Well, that secondhand smoke is killing me, brings tears to my eyes, and I can barely breathe when she kisses him. It drives me insane. It's making me choke. That secondhand smoke off of my whole flame. Well, that secondhand smoke is killing me, brings tears to my eyes, and I can barely breathe when she kisses him. It drives me insane. It's making me choke. That secondhand smoke off of my whole flame. It's making me choke. That secondhand smoke off of my whole flame. Thank you.
There's more Jimmy Bowen and Friends coming up right after this short break. Welcome back to Jimmy Bowen and Friends.
Well, thank you, folks, for tuning back in with us, and thanks for being here. Our guest tonight comes from Beale Street to Music Row and everywhere in between. What a fabulous songwriter, singer himself. This gentleman can some notes is unbelievable what he can hit. If you would make welcome Mr. Makky Kaylor.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Man, it's so good to have you on the show this evening. It really is. Now, you come from Beale Street to Nashville, Music Row, and everything in between. So tell us a little bit about the adventures from one point to the other.
Well, yeah, I grew up in Memphis. First half of my life was spent there. Had a band growing up. From the time I was 15 years old, they were writing me checks to play music for some stupid reason. I don't know, but they paid me. But anyway, so some of us moved, a couple of us actually moved to Nashville in the late 80s, and kept doing it and kept making music live, but I was already doing some session work in Memphis, and then I moved to Nashville and continued to do session work. I was doing commercial jingles, and I've been very blessed. I've done hundreds of them through the years, and I'd sing you some jingles. No, I'm just kidding.
You can. Well, that's great.
But also I've been a songwriter from the time I could hold a pencil. So when I moved to by the time I moved to Nashville, I was singing my own demos. But my first publishers when I moved to Nashville were Hank Cochran and Willie Nelson, some of what I call the architects of country music.
Definitely.
And I learned so much from all these great writers, and they liked the way I sang my demos, so they began to ask me to sing their demos. And so through the years, I got to sing for guys like Harlan Howard and Waylon Holyfield and Hank Cochran, just a lot of different people through the years, and it's just been a real blessing. And as a writer, it's been great too, because as a session singer, you sort of deconstruct those songs and then put them back together and sing them. So it was a great lesson for me as a writer too, just to learn from what I call the masters or the architects.
That's great. That's
great.
Well, Makky, tell us about your days that you were writer with doing some stuff with John Conley, and John Conley recorded some stuff with you, correct?
He did. I got a call one day out of the blue, and unknown caller, and his voice, of course, is unmistakable. And Mac, this is John Conley, I said, what? Sure, who is this? And he wanted to record one of my songs, a gospel song that I'd actually had recorded before by another artist. Actually, the other artist was Gomer Pyle, was Jim Neighbors. And I said, well, Gomer already did that song. And he said, well, I don't care. I want to do it too. So anyway, John did the song, and that was a real blessing for me, because it was an opportunity to share my faith, because it was a straight ahead gospel song. But John Conley's voice, it was just awesome.
What a great singer.
So John, for the last several years, has done that on the Opry on Easter weekend, and that's just one of the wonderful little winks from God.
That's cool.
You get in this business sometimes.
That's neat.
It was awesome.
Well, tell us about this song that you're getting ready to do for us.
This song is one that it's the whole idea behind this song. It's called "Gentlemen Prefer the Blues." And the idea is, when you run into an old flame, a gentleman still keeps his cool.
Yeah,
right?
There you go.
So that's what it's about.
I'm sure they're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Mr. Makky Kaylor,
thank
gentlemen.
y'all.
Ladies and
Appreciate
gentlemen.
it. Thanks, Jimmy. Oh, look at you, all dolled up, sipping champagne with old what's his name, and calling him love. Well, I won't be jaded or jealous like some other fellas. No, I'm in a different kind of mood, with the debonair, elite, heartbroken company I keep. Yes, gentlemen prefer the blues. And oh, look at me, playing it cool, as if the world spins like it never ends, like I'm not still your fool. But I won't beg or be bitter or ask you please reconsider. That's no respectable way to lose. So with a wink and a smile, I'll hide my heartache in style, 'cause gentlemen prefer the blues. We love blondes and brunettes, ravens and reds, and all the other shades that mess with our heads. Full-figured and slim, petite, statuesque. Oh, but you put the me in melancholy more than all the rest. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I won't beg or be bitter or ask you please reconsider. That's no respectable way to lose. So with a wink and a smile, I'll hide my heartache in style. 'Cause gentlemen, real gentlemen, prefer the blue. Thank you.
Don't go away. Jimmy Bowen and Friends will be right back. Welcome back to Jimmy Bowen and Friends.
Well, thank you, Makky. That was wonderful, man. I just love your voice and just your writing abilities is just amazing. To me, writing is such a total different talent in itself. I don't have that talent. I wish that I did. But you guys like yourself, the writing. So tell us a little bit more about your writing, maybe this new project you've got going on, because you do have something, right?
Yeah, I do. Well, it's called Live from the Swanky South, and the whole idea behind the Swanky South is just something I've been doing the last few years. Great guitar player Andy Reese and I sort of started doing this thing with my friend Mark T. Jordan and Don Johnson, bass player, and it's just a combination of sort of my roots, my Memphis soul roots growing up, as well as the classic Nashville music that I've been blessed to be a part of and love so very much. And then I've also loved classic jazz all my life. I'm a piano writer, so a lot of my songs, the guitar players don't like it so much, but no, I'm just kidding. But I'm a piano writer, and I love writing songs that sort of have that combination of classic Nashville, classic Memphis, and classic jazz all rolled up into a ball I call the Swanky South. Yeah. It's definitely Southern, but it's definitely got its own thing. And so the new album's called Live from the Swanky South with my band, the Swanky South Players, that I was just talking about, and we recorded it live. It's available on all the digital platforms, and I'm excited because it's brand new.
Well, let's go. Well, tell everybody where they can find your stuff.
Well, anywhere where they sell digital music right now, Apple Music, Amazon, everything. So it's out there. And then also the plan is to be able to release this in vinyl as well, because I'm a big fan of the.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Man, there's nothing like that warm crackle.
Oh no, no, there's not. There's not.
So yeah.
No.
So that's the idea of that too.
Well, I want to show you guys something, and I'd like for the camera guys to get to this. This guy is so classic. He is so cool. I want you to look. He's got the coolest shoes. Look at these shoes. They are bad to the bone, aren't they?
Oh,
I'm telling you what. They are so cool. And I'm serious. I love those shoes. You know, he looks like a blues man, doesn't he? And I love this guy. I love his writing, and I'm just so grateful that you could come to the show tonight and be a part of this. And maybe we can do it again in the future, I hope. And you need to send me some songs. I would love to hear some of the stuff. I'm not a blues singer, but I would love to listen to your other material.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because you had John Conley that's recorded some of your stuff.
I've had some country cuts as well as kind of across the board, some gospel things going back to the Florida Boys and that sort of thing, but also up to like contemporary artists like Larnell Harris and things like that. But then a lot of country artists as well. Larry Gatlin and I had a duet several years ago that I'd written, and Larry helped me write. And John Conley also recorded one as well. So I've been very blessed. I love this business of music, mostly the music part.
Well, that's great. That's great.
awesome.
Well, this next song you're going to do for us is called what? And you wrote it, didn't it? It's another original.
I did. It's now this one. I always kind of joked to some of my musician friends and songwriter friends. And I said, well, you know, what's getting me by is Jesus and Jack. So
this has got to be good.
somebody said you want to write that, so I did.
There you go, Mr. Makky Kaylor, yeah, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Well, people ask me how I make it through the bad times, the sad times, this missing you. So I'd like to recognize a couple of guys, give credit where credit is due. Here's to Jesus and Jack. They get me by, get me high when I'm low. Oh, Jesus and Jack. Thank God I've got friends like them till the end. Oh, and I know only one can save my whiskey-soaked soul. So I lift a prayer and I lift a glass to Jesus and Jack. Oh, turn it around. Well, I love the Lord and I drank a little. He turned water to wine. Well, I turned to whiskey, it'll help sometime. When faith is hard to find. Oh, but I know only one can save my whiskey-soaked soul. So I lift a prayer and I lift a glass. Oh, I lift a prayer and I lift a glass. Oh, I lift a prayer and I lift a glass to Jesus and Jack. Thank you.
We'll be back with more Jimmy Bowen and Friends in just a moment. Welcome back to Jimmy Bowen and Friends.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in with us this evening, and thank you so much for being here with us. We want to give a big round of applause for Makky for being here. We appreciate him so much. What a fantastic artist and songwriter. What a great guy he is. We really enjoyed his show, and glad he could be here with us tonight. We're going to end the show here with a song that we recorded. It's called Almost Home, and this song is really, it's kind of really, it's a simple song, but it kind of just gives you that going home feeling and kind of laying low and relaxing. So kind of like a gentle on your mind song, if you know what I mean. So hope that you enjoy it. We're going to say goodnight to you folks, and thank you so much for tuning in.
I've been most every place in this old world with nothing but my guitar to my name. Riding down these old highways as they wind, and every city starts to look the same. Then I start thinking back to where we began. Seems so very long ago. Then I I slip your picture from my pocket. I'm almost home. I can still recall the day they set me free. How I long to feel your touch again. Seems so 50 years we both kept holding on, and even then our love could never end. As I wonder if you ever still love me, seems so very long ago. And I slip your picture from my pocket. I'm almost home. Walk these lonely nights with nothing but my sleeping bag, starry skies my roof, the earth my bed. Stretch my thumb out in this chilly Texas evening air.